Hello, welcome to Live Courageous. I'm your host. My name is Musudeen. So today, we're continuing the 6-episode series to the decision series that we are in. Today's theme is giving yourself permission, courage to release shame, and getting expectations out of that. So, you can't wait, if you still feel guilty for putting yourself first. You can't heal in life if you're too busy living for others. So today, why is permission what we need? Permission is spiritual. How expectations imprison people. Sometimes we feel like we don't have any way out. But today, I'm going to give you 3 permission frameworks, a weekly challenge for you to get through this. So why is permission so hard? We have guilty from our family, their expectations of us. We feel like we're selfishly doing these acts, being conditioned to overfunction, being praised for doing too much. And guess what? If you slow down, you feel like everything is going to fall apart. So, not every expectation placed on you is yours to carry. I'm actually a coach for John Maxwell. And I had a conversation this morning, which was really weighing on my spirit, and I thought I would share this story. So the individual I was talking to, she's a mother of 2, and she has a son, very brilliant, very smart kid. He was actually number 1 in his school for a math competition. And so he got first place, of course. And she's getting letters from, she said, the United States government. They want him to go to next level and next level and next level. But for this preparation, she as the mother, she had to do all this preparation. Even though there's a dad at home, as you know, mothers would take all the responsibility. And so there was a time I came in and she felt like, she couldn't talk to me at that time, evidently. But today it weighed on her heart, so she started expressing. But I looked at her and I said, "You look so tired." And she didn't have a word to say. She just smiled and put her head down. And so today, this is where the truth came out, I guess. Again, her son just won recently, and she's had to make this decision for him to go to the next level. But she's tired. She stayed up nights practicing with this kid. And even him, he feels the pressure of life now because now the spotlight's on him. And he told her he didn't want to really do the math competition, but of course, Dad's very proud. He wants him to keep going. And so we had a conversation today. She said, "I really don't want to do this. I really don't want to continue. I'm tired. I don't have time for myself." And so we had the conversation of giving yourself permission. She felt like if she didn't follow through with this math competition to go to the next level, she felt like, she's going to fail her husband, of course, because he wants him to continue. And so I had to give her a piece of information that I've learned throughout my lessons in life. Taking on too much, because again, I'm an entrepreneur, of course, a wife, a mother. You have individuals that look to you for answers. You have to be the face and the forefront of everybody. You have to smile at all times. You have to put on this theatrical event, even though you're so tired, But when you do not do that, they notice. And so I had to give her a piece of advice in terms of giving herself permission. And like I told her, giving yourself permission is actually pinning out your feelings. What are you feeling? She says, "I don't even feel like I can do the things I want to do. No one knows my aspirations, my goals, because I have to tend to everybody else. And whenever there's success, of course, they say, 'Good job,' but they don't know internally what I need for myself, and that's what she expressed. And it hit me hard because I felt myself in that same situation at one time or another, where my voice didn't matter, because you're trying to please everyone else. You want to ensure that everyone is good, as long as they're good, you feel like you've accomplished something, even though deep down, there's something missing. And it doesn't bring you happiness where you don't fulfill what your desires are. And so one of the things I want to point out to you, you have to give yourself permission. You can rest. It's okay. And when you feel those situations coming upon you, identify that feeling. And if it's negative, of course, still address it. So overwhelming, you feel not adequate, whatever those situations are that's negative, address it for a moment and try to move past with positivity. And you can slow down. I say slow down, find a chair you need to sit in, your favorite chair, in the house or even your closet where no one is even there, and just try to take deep breaths and rest in it. Slow down. You don't owe everyone access, so sometimes you have to limit your access. So finding yourself and placing boundaries, that also helps. Because when you have boundaries, you know where you're going. I spoke about boundaries last week, and it's a powerful word. And if you don't have a word for the year, maybe you can think of using boundaries. But again, once you have these walls built up, not the walls being built up per se, but you have an avenue where you can go across this bridge. I know where I'm going. I have these boundaries, and you expect those boundaries to be followed. So that means you have to express the boundaries. And again, it goes a long way. And when you do that, you have peace and clarity that follows that. And again, permission is not a rebellion. Permission is recovery. You're refining your permission. So what I'm going to tell you, permission is not. It's not selfish. It's not being lazy. So don't feel bad when you take that pause and that break. It's not being irresponsible. But what permission is emotional hygiene. It's spiritual alignment. It's also mental stewardship. Again, giving yourself permission is giving God room to move. I'm going to give you 3 steps for permission framework. Again, I talked about identifying what's going on, your emotions. It's called identify the weight. Whose expectation is this? So like the story I told you, the expectation again is for her husband and not really herself. So, but whose expectation that you're trying to fulfill? If it's not for you, reevaluate that. You also want to speak the truth. Again, once everyone knows how you're feeling, that makes a difference. You can't be everything to everyone. Just remember that. The third thing is take one permission step. We talked about rest. I talked about boundary. And sometimes sitting in silence. You can learn a lot about yourself when you're sitting in silence. So again, for this week, your challenge is, what do I need to give myself permission to stop caring? You can give yourself permission to just identify what that looks like and what weight you're carrying. And then come up with one action plan. You just need one, and then you can build up on that. So again, today's lesson is giving yourself permission to pause, pay attention to what's going on, and it's okay. I invite you to also share your story. You can share it on Facebook or even YouTube. I do have a teaser for you for next week, though. It's going to be courageous boundaries. I look forward to seeing you again. Thank you so much for listening. This is Live Courageous Podcast, and I'm your host, Musudeen Harrell.